Hi babies, welcome back to my channel. It's Danny and this is another episode of Street Smarts. Because if we're gonna be out here in these streets, we may as well know how to navigate them, okay? Alright, so today we are talking about collabs, how we're splitting that money. Because that's something I was struggling to find. Maybe I'm just not coming across the right videos in the timely manner that I need to see them. But I know when I finally found other friends who also had Onlyfans or they were sex workers too, and I had the chance to collaborate with them because they were open-minded and we could still be friends afterwards without it being weird. It was like, oh, hey, let's do a little business. Okay, back to the friendship though. We don't have secret feelings for each other. When I finally found friends with that type of energy, I was so excited because here's the thing. I realized a long time ago, and this is no shame to myself and what I'm able to provide, because I could have kept it going for a good little minute, but eventually, and I'm not trying to be cruel and I'm not trying to be rude, but your general audience is gonna possibly get tired of you. You run that risk, whether it's been months, whether it's been years, you have to switch things up. Whether you're getting more intense with what you're offering, and do not do that unless it is within your comfort zone, or you're providing the same content but you're switching it up and doing it a little different. You got some variation here, you're changing your outfits, you're changing your scenery, wherever you're going, you're playing around with the seasons. Oh, it's summertime, let me give you some swimsuit content. Oh, it's winter, let me give you some nice little cozy fall content. And ooh, imagine if I gave you the girlfriend experience, which is also another great idea, by the way. I have that on my channel. I would suggest you do it for yours, or the boyfriend or partner experience, because once again I acknowledge that not only women are on OF. Things like that. Oh, it's the holidays, we're gonna go ahead and make some fun little holiday content without being offensive. Please don't start like, you know, don't be dressing up, appropriating no cultures for Thanksgiving, okay? Don't get too demonic and scary for Halloween. Just keep it in a respectable holiday level. But that said, we'll talk about that whenever the holidays roll around. My point is your audience, and I came to this conclusion too, and it hurt a little bit to hear, even though I was telling it to myself, your audience is gonna want something new, more exciting. And the thing is, it's always a numbers game with people. I don't know what it is. Like, maybe it's enticing because it's like, oh, not only do you shake things and but you have friends who do it with you, or you have a partner, da, 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 da. And let me tell you, I saw that there was a lot more hype and excitement and rage over not only my tapes that I made with my ex-partner, but my collaborations that I did with my female friends. And this is the most exciting part of being a genuine person who finds other genuine good girls. None of that mean snake energy, none of that backstabbing, tea time, talk behind your back type energy. People who are on the same type of vibe, like, hey, you know, if we all came into the video, we could get a bigger bag together. Because it's not just you and it's not just me, it's you and me together in a video. And once again, only do what you're comfortable with, but I am talking about collabs because I'm just like, all right, can we talk about the business side of things? Like, I get that it's boring, but like, how are people splitting their money? What are we talking about during tax time when you're no longer friends with that person? Like, what is going on in the collaboration world? Or are people talking about it and not discussing it as openly because it's just like, hey, go check out the collab. And I'm like, but how did you split the money? What was the plan? Did you guys provide, who provided the consent forms? Did you print them out? Did you print out the consent forms? Nobody has consent forms? Y'all, we gonna, no. Here's the thing, y'all. For those of you who didn't know, I'm pretty sure for OF, you're supposed to have consent forms of anybody who appears in your video. I also think, and don't quote me on this, I gotta go back and look at the terms and condition, but you're technically supposed to work with other people who also have an OF page. I scrolled through it real quick and it said something about, you know, collaborating with somebody who has a page on that site as well. So just please make sure you're actually reading the terms and conditions so you don't get in trouble, because if somebody wants to come check for you for having somebody else's bare body on the internet with you, I would like to believe that you have the forms, the proper authorization forms to give their permission to do business together. I hope you have those in your possession. Start a folder, print them out. You know, I know you don't want to be the like, oh my God, that's the bland mom of the group. She wants us to sign papers so we can put our C's online together. then be the bland mom of the group, bro. Do what you gotta do. Consent forms are everything. If the site you're on doesn't require them or you don't see anything about it, still get them, because this is a thing, and I'm going to talk about this in the working with a partner video too. Relationships change. We get invites, we argue, we lose friends, we gain friends, we maybe gain internet popularity, and then we start telling story times. Not everybody tells them from a fair, unbiased, healed point of view, so now you have drama and tea and whatever. If you take anything away from this series, please know that I am serious when I say get your consent forms, get your permission, do your proper record keeping. This is not just, oh, I signed up for OF, anybody who wants to be on it, let's go shake titties together. Like, no, you need to actually have your records. And more people need to talk about the record keeping part of OF, because I have people in some of my YouTube videos that I, to this day, do not talk to anymore. So now, imagine if I have somebody's bare parts, their bare parts, on my page, and I don't even talk to this person, but it's still making me money. It's still content that I was given permission to use. But if somebody steps to me, especially OF or the hub or whatever, and they say, hi, hello, hey, we see there are two pussies on the screen, not one. Who does the other one belong to? And do you have their permission to be showing it? I need to pull out some type of paper and be like, look, permission, yay. If I can't do that, now you put yourself in a situation. Best case scenario, all you have to do is take the content down. Worst case scenario, you got a serious matter on your hands, especially if for some reason this person turned foul on you and they agreed to it first, and now they're like, yeah, no, you pissed me off, we had a fight or something happened, and now I'm gonna say that you have my body online without my permission, or whatever they wish to say and slander against you. I'm a paperwork person. I'd like to thank my dad for that one. I'm a paperwork person. Like, I love to write essays, I love to write books, I love to write agreements and arrangements. Let's make this legal. This is not just a like, oh, come to my house and we'll film us together, and then, you know, oh my god, suddenly somebody gets mad, and it's like, I actually never told that person that they could post me, and you know, I'm just on there, I'm just exposed, and it becomes a war of words against each other. Who said what? Who said who? Blah-de-blah, fucking blah. And it's exhausting. Have your paperwork so you have permission for all content to be posted. And then also have the decency, if somebody comes back and they say, hey, I'd like to null and void the paperwork, I no longer want to be on the internet, could you please take me down? Have the human decency to take that person down, no matter how much money you're possibly making. And hopefully this is a mutually beneficial agreement. Like, it's a weird position to like be a OF creator and just have people on your page like some type of Playboy type energy, like, oh yeah, I film with so-and-so and I film. And don't get me wrong, like, some people, that's the case for them, and if that's what it's like for you, congrats. But I'd rather film with other creators. I'd rather be able to go on a post and say, hey, collaboration with so-and-so at, type in their information and they come up too, so they're also about their bag. I would not want to be the only one making money off of other people's bodies, because then it just, I don't know. I need to personally know that the people I'm collaborating with have had the conversation with themselves, the one I talked about in the very first episode of the series, that they are okay with doing sex work. They understand, they consent to be here. Not only do they have a OF page or a hub page or whatever's going on, they're in this industry. They get it. They understood the assignment. They're here. They want to be here, and they're choosing to partner with me and work together. And we both, or all of us, I don't know if Rick you getting, are consenting to be here and creating content that everyone can use. That's my type of vibe, like group project energy. But that's just personally me. If you have a method that works for you and you're not getting in any type of legal trouble, everyone's consenting to be there, you have your paperwork, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you are on that type of vibe, there's nothing wrong with it too. I'm just saying it personally doesn't work for me. But if it works for you and no one's getting harmed in the process, do you, boo? That's the biggest thing I wanted to talk about. Also, if you're doing a collaboration, I think it's very important to discuss, maybe a little bit awkward for some people, but nonetheless important to discuss what the collaboration is going to be. Because if you say, hey, would you like to collab on OF, and somebody's like, sure, and you're over here thinking you're about to on some cat, and they're over here like, oh, I thought we were just twerking, actually. there's gonna be a disconnect when you guys link up. Okay, so you might be over here like, yeah, we're gonna make this video and I'm gonna sell it for $40 and da-da-da. They're over here like, yeah, I'm gonna make a quick little 2-minute video. I might sell it for $20, this, that, and the third, and you know, we're not really gonna talk about it. Because everyone has their own requirements. Maybe one person wants everyone to go get STD checked because they're like, listen, if we're gonna be sucking in, I don't want to have to question any type of mysterious juices. Oh my God. Yeah, this channel's never getting monetized. Anyways, while the other person's over here like, oh, okay, well, we're just doing teaser content, so we don't really need to do anything. Link up real quick. Maybe we're splitting a hotel. Maybe one person's covering it and it's their treat. Maybe the other person's covering it and it's actually their treat. Whatever's going on, discuss prior. Get into specifics. How far would you like this collaboration to go? There you go. Bam. I gave you your line. What are you comfortable with? Bam. 2. Those are 2 questions you can ask. So it's not too awkward of this like, what are we, and like, you know, how do you, especially if you're collaborating for the first time. So just to make it easier on yourself, just blurt them out if you have to. Hey, how far is this collaboration going? Real casual. Or, hey, how comfortable are you with what we're about to do? And this is vital with sex and anything else anyways. People need to be having these talks with their partners, and I'm mad that they're not. People should be talking about what they like, what they don't like, what their triggers might be, because sometimes people have triggers during sex. Like, maybe you've dealt with something very serious, like assault in the past, and you don't like people touching you a certain way. This is serious stuff. All we have to do is be considerate to each other and be like, hi, is it okay if I do this? I collab with one of my friends, and we just did like a shower tease, and like, ooh, you know, rubbing up and da-da-da-da. And I made sure to ask her before I just did it, like, oh, well, if we're already being sexual, we could do whatever, right? I'm not gonna touch up on nobody any type of way they don't want to be touched. I'm big on consent. So I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna ask you. I was like, hey, is it okay if we throw a kiss in there? She's like, oh yeah, sure. Bada bing, bada boom. Simple as that. Didn't make it awkward, didn't make it weird. And now we can be like, 2 girls. And then, you get it? Consent, please. Forms, verbal. Just because y'all sign forms, you can still ask. There's never anything wrong with asking somebody, hi, is it okay if I touch you here? Is it okay if I say this? Because it's so vital. People think because we're already in a very sexual field that it's like, oh, if I'm working with somebody, they're okay with anything. No, they're a human being. They're not gonna be okay with everything. You don't get to assume that. You don't get to make that decision. You talk to people. Gosh. I'm very strict about it just because, you know, like human decency, but I also would like to make a big name for myself. And the last thing I need is some type of scandal. I'm not forcing anybody into anything. I'm never going to need content so desperately that I would violate another human being's rights. Same goes for you. Please protect yourself. All right, I had to go into mom mode for a minute. I just feel like with OnlyFans continuing to get more popular by the day and more people signing up, I think casual sex has gotten a little too casual. Like, I'm gonna need y'all to start getting STD checks. I need y'all to do check-ins, consent check-ins with the people you're working with. I'm gonna need you to get your paperwork and record keeping. This is not just I signed up, let's have fun now, wee! Because if this comes back in the future, a misunderstanding can turn into a very catastrophic mess in a matter of minutes. You can not only ruin friendships and relationships, but you can be violating people's rights, as I said. And I hate to go this far, but it needs to be taken this far. Now you're getting into criminal issues of touching up on people who either don't want to be touched or they gave permission for it, they were cool with the whole thing, and then maybe they're lying on you due to personal reasons or whatever. Not to say that we don't believe victims. First off, I always believe victims. I'm just saying make sure you're not put in a position where because of personal issues from a relationship or a friendship that this person will go so far to lie on you specifically because of how people felt and the clash and fallout you had from that relationship. So yeah. And the last thing I'm going to say for this video is make sure you don't undersell the group. If you're working with another person or you're working with a group, y'all can actually kind of discuss price points and how the cash is going to get split because, mind you, you got to pay taxes on this income. So if you make a video, for example, with your friend and both of you have OF accounts, one person charges this price on their OF account, the other person charges this price. Let's say person 1 charged $40, person 2 charges $20. All right. already you see a price difference. So now you have to question, is one person underselling the quality of what got filmed? Or possibly does one person have a longer video and the other person has a short video, or they broke up the content into multiple clips? Let's say both parties agree to like, you know, a 70-30 split or a 60-40 split for being on each other's pages. Not only do you have to calculate the percentage you're supposed to be paying that person, okay, and Venmoing, Zelling, Cash App, whatever, not only do you have to keep track of all purchases and calculate the percentage that they're getting after fees are deducted, but you also have to come back and collect on each other at tax time. And you also have to trust the other person is paying you what they say they're really earning off that video, because you don't have access to their account. I know, it's a lot. It's overwhelming. My biggest advice to you, and you don't have to do it, you don't have to do a word I say, but I feel like if both parties are comfortable with it, whatever each person makes off the content that was filmed, it stays with them. You avoid the calculations, having to keep up with the purchases, having to keep up with sending people money back and forth. It's just a mess. It's a mess. So I think the best way to go about it is, hey, both of us want content together. We'll both have access to all the content. Maybe we shared a Google Photos album and we put it in there and everybody has access to the link and they could download it accordingly, or whatever's going on. Everybody has access to all the content filmed that they participated in. However they choose to edit, however they choose to post, whatever price they choose to post at, is up to their discretion. Therefore, when taxes come around, they have to handle it because they kept all the earnings. They had the same opportunity to the content available, and they did whatever they pleased with it in an ethical manner to sell on their page, and they get to keep everything. Both parties are making money. And let me tell you why I absolutely adore this approach. Say one person has a paid subscription and the other person has a free one, because this has happened with my friends and I. You don't have to calculate like, well, you know, yeah, I paid you more money, but my page is free, and so people are subscribed for free, and there's more people who saw the post, and that's why when they saw girl on girl content, everybody went to purchase, and now I'm sending you money. Or vice versa, like, hey, I have a paid subscription. Yeah, you might have a free page, but who's paying on there? I might have higher end clients. A lot of them bought that post, so therefore I feel like I'm doing you a favor. You avoid all of that mess. But also, let's get into reputation. The few friends I've collabed with, some of them are strippers, some of them are sugar babies. Me, I'm a cam girl. Everyone has a different reputation. So the reputation you've built on your OnlyFans page, say if I'm waking up every single day and I cam every single day, I have hundreds of people on my page because in my regular life, I've taken the time and energy to cam and put on a show and try to translate people from my camming page to my off page, okay? Say the other person's a sugar baby. They have elite clientele on their page. Say the other person's a stripper and they go to the strip club every night getting ready, looking fine as hell, and they're getting their clients. Everybody has a different type of client and quantity as well as quality of clients they're bringing to their page. So there's never any issue of like, well, you know, I'm bringing in the better clients. Well, I'm bringing in more clients. Well, I'm up camming every night. I'm tired. You don't have to worry about any of that because reputation matters, because it is a quality and quantity issue with OnlyFans where you want to have a lot of people, but you want to have a lot of people who are actually paying on your page. The means everybody went through to get those people, they're all different. Everyone got their clients in different ways. So by letting everybody have access to the same opportunity with the content provided, whether you have a shared album, like I said, that's what my friends and I do, whether you're sending it to each other, make sure everybody has the content. Whatever anybody does with it afterwards, as long as everybody has their consent to get posted wherever they agreed to get posted, is their business, it's their bag. And as long as you're not making me look bad or underselling us, but the situations vary so much. Maybe somebody has a $50 a month subscription and they're discounting whatever content you made together. Maybe somebody has a free page and they're upcharging. Like, you just, it's stressful thinking about it, which is why I don't like to do it. The whole idea of trying to split a percentage of money for collaboration content on OnlyFans is probably going to stress you out more in the process. And if you're like me and you're busy, OnlyFans is not your entire life, and you have friends who are also busy and OnlyFans is not their entire life, nobody wants to sit around on their page like, oh, okay, well, so I just see that somebody else bought this post, and since it's a 60-40 split, I'm gonna calculate that, and the 40% would be this amount, and then, well, okay, do you want me to deduct for taxes now or later, or I can call you next year and we can talk about taxes? Are we still gonna be friends? Yeah? No? Okay, well, maybe I'll just take it now. Is that okay with you? Okay, let's come up with the agreement for that. And yeah, so minus taxes and da-da-da-da, I'll Zelle you $35, and then let's say you have a very petty friend that's like, well, Cash App or Venmo takes a fee for sending money, so could you just give it to me in person or waste your gas to come give me the money or da-da-da-da-da. And it's a mess. It sounds like a mess I'm not willing to clean up. That's another thing. So I saw a tweet and somebody's like, can we please normalize also sending a little extra for a Cash App or Venmo to cover the deduction fee? And I was like, you know, you don't have to instantly deduct it. You can wait a couple days for a free transfer, I'm pretty sure. But if your financial situation is as such, you do understand that the alternative would be somebody getting in their vehicle, using their gas to go to the bank, deducting the money out their bank, and then giving you cash. Can you imagine if we started a society like that? Do you know how stressful that would be? Instead of Cash Apping and Venmoing because we're worried about the little fee that they charge for using the platform, now we're like, oh, you know, I'll just go get cash and give it to you directly and da 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 da. It just makes sense to like take a L on that tiny little fee for using the platform and call it a day. It's instant, it's virtual, you don't have to be right next to the person to give them their money. So yeah, but that's a little side note. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say about collaborations. Please be careful. If I missed anything important that you would like to chat about, please comment down below. Or if you have any questions or concerns, let me know as well. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, actually like this video, share it in your group chat if you have one, if you'd like to. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching. And don't forget to stay humble, but keep your head high. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.